Blame, the national pastime. Forget reality TV. Forget baseball. Our real obsession, our true national sport, is finding someone, anyone, to point a finger at, preferably with a dramatic flair and an accusatory squint. Ja accuse. Okay, I'm just using French to make it sound like I'm well traveled, and I'm not. I actually hate traveling. You ever notice how blame is like a hot potato? No one wants to hold it very long. You burn your fingers, you toss it to the next unsuspecting soul. It's a magnificent, self perpetuating cycle of non accountability. Donald Trump is saying that the blame for our government shutdown can be placed firmly on the Democrats, but that message does not seem to be landing. More people blame Republicans, roughly a third, than Democrats by a margin of 5 points or so. In science, we call that an effect size. Uh, but interestingly, about 41% blame both parties, a sort of curse on both your houses sort of thing, which means 3/4 of the American people blame Republicans. Period. The regime seems to think this is a winning strategy for them, just another negotiation which Donald Trump is allegedly so good at. Basically, they plan to keep doing what they've been doing all along, firing public servants, rescinding spending, generally acting like fascists. But now they can blame the party that isn't in power for what they were doing anyway. Wow, we should have thought of this before. I don't think this is going to work out the way they want it to. It might work. We're really good at blaming people. We've developed highly sophisticated blame avoidance techniques, like blame by implication. In this case, a key figure they hope to implicate is Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Sorry about messing up your name, Representative. Why? Well, she's basically the most charismatic leader the Dems have right now. She had a pretty good response to this in an interview with Chris Hayes. She said, "If you think I'm responsible for the government shutdown, my office door is open. Come in and negotiate with me." I don't think that's going to happen. Folks are going to cast aspersions at her from afar and hope some of it sticks. While it is easy to call this cowardice, mainly because it is, the level of intimidation they feel by AOC, which is a lot easier to say, is a legitimate concern. She is a beautiful Latina who worked as a waitress in New York City. I'm pretty sure she can handle anything. She kind of did some of this during the interview, not quite that exaggerated, but a little bit. It's there. Watch it. I have been on the other side of that. It's admittedly quite frightening. I'm feeling a little triggered. Republicans are trying to do the reverse blame game, which is you make yourself the victim, thereby deflecting all potential incoming blame. Oh, I'm so sorry I destroyed America, but you know how distracting it is when your plans to deconstruct civil society get distracted from by electing a deciding vote on releasing the Epstein files, and boom, blame successfully rerouted. It's like emotional jiu-jitsu. Ha! Why do we do it? Why this desperate scramble to offload the blame potato? Well, deep down, it's about protecting our fragile little egos, which is among the reasons why I encourage people in a different video to embrace the idea of the self rather than the ego or even a persona, no matter how great your persona may be. And I know what I'm talking about here. The belief that we are the good guy can survive mind boggling amounts of cognitive dissonance. To admit fault is to admit imperfection. And who wants to be imperfect? Not me. I'm a very stable genius. Except for, that thing where I drove 4 casinos into bankruptcy, despite the fact that I didn't pay most of my contractors. And the other thing where I tried to sell the steaks. I mean, look, let's not get into specifics, okay? It's divisive. Psychologists call this the fundamental attribution error, which basically means we're really good at excusing our own bad behavior. Humans are far more rationalizing than rational. You can say, it was a bad day, I was hungry, you know, but when someone else messes up, it's all about their character flaws. Oh, they're irresponsible. They're lazy. They're all violent leftists paid by George Soros. What was I supposed to do? The irony is sometimes taking responsibility actually feels good. Maybe not great, but it can be empowering. It's like saying, I messed up. Yes, I did. But now I think I can fix it, or I can at least try. Instead of, well, those radical leftists conspired against me, and frankly, it's really their fault that I have to use masked federal agents to kidnap people off the streets and make them disappear to Uganda. That's not on me. In our personal lives, the next time you feel the urge to point a finger, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this blame actually helping me or just delaying the inevitable? Because eventually that hot potato comes back around. And sometimes it's just easier to grab it, acknowledge it, and then maybe, just maybe, try not to let it happen again. My main concern at this juncture isn't even entirely the government shutdown, or that the regime seems to be planning to use it to shut down all government services, whereas in the past, essential services like social safety net benefits and the student loan disbursements that I'm expecting in a few weeks to help pay for my PhD, their stated plan is to shut all of that down and blame it on Democrats. So, what I'm really wondering about right now is not how long our shutdown will last, but whether our government, as currently constituted, will ever open again. And maybe it shouldn't. If you somehow managed to enjoy this terrifying video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know what you think comes next in the comments below. And as always, please take care of yourself.